Hey, welcome to Select Arcane. I know, right? This is such a weird view. Usually you're looking at my hands and seeing what I'm working on, but today it's going to be different. We're going to be looking at every single video that I made in 2023, and you can see my reaction and get the behind the scenes of how I made these videos and what my thought process was in the making of them. Not all of them I enjoy making, not all of them turn out great in the end, so let's just start. And we'll start all the way from the beginning and go in order. And just as a side note, I am going to be skipping through the videos and just kind of highlighting a few things. Otherwise, this video would take weeks to finish. It would be hours and hours. So if you want to see the full videos, check out my channel. I have them all. Okay, let's go. So first up, we have how to prep a messy resin. So the intention of this video was so that it would be posted right before NaMoPaymo, so in case anyone wanted to work on a resin or some sort of messy model that's kind of similar to a resin, they would kind of know the basic how-tos to get it started in order to paint. So that was my thought process during it. To me, it was quite daunting, and it was challenging because Kipling was so difficult to prep because he was very messy. Innovation on a resin, especially something as rough as an eberol resin. And this guy almost fits the bill for an eberol, so looking back on this part, it does make me realize that not many people would know what an eberol resin is, and it's just a resin made by Brigitte Eberol. Like, she's the artist and that's just what they're called. I should have clarified that a little bit. What I didn't show in this video was the priming process, which is really important and something that I probably should have talked more about, because once you prime your model, all the work that we just did kind of goes out the window, and you have to basically redo everything like 5 times until there's no more holes and no more issues, because primer shows absolutely everything. And when I handed him to the artist, the answer was, this horse isn't prepped. Even though I put in all those hours, if you don't throw a layer of primer on the model during prepping, it's really tough to say. However, I did that on purpose because I didn't know what primer the artist usually uses, and I didn't know what paints they were going to use, so I didn't want there to be a chemical reaction. So I still had to pay more for the artist to prep the model. My family celebrates not only Christmas, but also Orthodox Christmas, and then regular New Year's, and then Lunar New Year. And don't even get me started on how many Easters we have. Oh man, I loved making this medallion. It was so fun. First off, it started off a bit crazy and I was really nervous about it. I personally absolutely hate painting in acrylics. I hate it. I think it's so difficult, and I commend any artist who paints in acrylics. But at the end, I really liked it, and it turned out to be one of my favorite medallions. In fact, my family thinks it's their favorite medallion as well. But I was so disappointed that it is my worst viewed video this entire year. The whole year. It has well under 100. Oh my god, I think it's like more like 30 views. That's it. So I was really disappointed about this, and I think that's kind of what stopped me from painting any more medallions this year, because, well, medallions aren't really well received at all by you guys, so I just don't really paint them. I really like doing them. They're quick, they're easy, but you guys don't watch my videos. So I haven't painted any. Hint, hint. Go watch this one. Arcane. My friend Hayden hit me up and asked if I could repair one of his broken briars. I don't take on commissions, and I'm not very good at fixing models, but I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. This one made me really nervous because I really didn't want to mess up Hayden's model. But I'm really glad it turned out in the end, and to my knowledge, he's still standing. What I found really interesting was that this video was like second most popular video I had all year, up until a certain point in time, until more videos came along. But right after my failure with Lunar New Year, this one like sprung up, and I was like, what's going on? So I'm happy that a lot of people said that they really felt this video was helpful. I think there's more ways to fix a briar. I've learned of more ways since I made this video, so I'm gonna make future repair videos in the future. I actually have a little broken micro that I've been meaning to make a video of, so expect that maybe this year. We'll see.
Well, we might as well get started. Hi, I'm Select Arcane, also known as Andrea. I'm from Region 11 in Canada. Specifically,
This was another video that really surprised me with how popular it was. Most people said that they watched it after and they just couldn't make the time to join live and ask questions live. But it really surprised me that not only did this video take off, but it was shared relentlessly throughout Facebook and Instagram of a resource for beginner showers by some really prominent artists in the hobby, people that I don't even know personally. I know of them. I may have purchased things from them, but not really. I don't really have a relationship with them. So I was really happy with that. And since this video came out, of course, as you probably know and we'll talk about anyways, this video kind of started this whole channel and avenue of how-to videos and 101 videos for model horse showing. So we're going to talk about it later, but the judging clinic and the how to host a model horse show. So I'm really happy you guys like this one. It took forever to make. Like, it's well over an hour, and people actually watched it all the way through. I can see it because the analytics on YouTube say so. Germany or a Karen. And because I'm not making a German dressage rider this round, Karen it is. Oh, this was so fun to make. I learned so much from this doll alone. Like, all the dolls I had made before, like Farah and Nadine. No, those were... I was just kind of feeling things out, but this is the doll that I learned so much from. I learned boots and leather stuff, so I really like how this doll turned out. I actually actively show her. This video probably has the most amount of comments on it, and it's my most popular doll video, so I'm glad everyone really liked this one, and it was so ridiculous researching all of this, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun to do. And I really, really like making dolls, so I'll try to make more in the future. Coming all the way from Montana, this is my second unboxing of Mariah Vogue's work. If you want... Oh, I love this model. What really surprised me when I took her out of the box was how heavy she is. When I originally got her as a blank, and how huge she was, and then the price tag also shocked me when I got her painted, because Mariah is not a cheap artist, but at the same time, totally worth it. I must say, totally worth it. But because she's such a big model, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Anyways, there was a lot of disappointment with this unboxing, and then it turned over to like joy and relief when some of her paint chipped off after I unboxed her. I was like, oh no. So I sent her back to Montana, and Mariah was so understanding and professional. I know a lot of artists would probably just go, I don't care. But Mariah, it's all about customer service. So this was a fabulous experience, and this is the second unboxing video for Mariah, because I have my masala chai video as well, which you can also see on my channel. That's the Cremello jumper, and I highly recommend it because it's also a beautiful model. I've taken Phantom out to show a few times, and she is not champed or reserved, so still working on that. But she's an absolutely beautiful model, and a portrait of my stepmom's model. I have a few of her now because I also have that micro that's also on my channel that I painted of Phantom. So Phantom's very popular here. She's not even my horse. Oh, what could I say about this? I did a lot of talking during this video. Like, I talked and talked and talked and talked. But yeah, hosting a show is a lot of work, and I'm kind of glad I don't do it anymore. This was my last show because I went to school, so I'm in school now. And being in school and hosting a show is really hard because I used to host Toronto Live when I was doing my bachelor's, and that was tough. I remember studying for exams at the show once upon a time, but doing my master's and hosting a show, no, impossible, absolutely impossible. So be gracious to your show hosts for sure. It's tough. It's really tough and really expensive. So I'm really glad that a lot of people liked this video. We got a lot of nice comments about it, a lot of nice comments from the showers. I love the interviews with the showers. A lot of people were jumping on that opportunity. So I'm really glad that people really like that. And yeah, Toronto Live is going to be hosted by somebody else in the spring, hopefully. So I'm excited to participate in that as a shower, not a host. If you saw the cover of this video and thought that this is related to our previous Guinevere trailer video, you would be right. Guinevere was just the prototype to a much bigger plan of making a few of these bikes and selling them at places like Briarfest. Ah, the trailers. So, building a trailer is so hard, and I'm so glad that I'm not the main person who does it, because Eric takes on most of that responsibility. He's currently back in school as well, so trailers have completely crawled to a standstill, but we still have this trailer available for sale. And this design was voted on Instagram, but nobody likes it, which is like, what do you mean you don't like it? You voted on it. So that was very disappointing on this end. I really like the trailer. It's really neat in person. Of course, it's fully functional, but we're probably going to have to either sell it at a discount or just completely repaint it, because it's a fully usable trailer. It's in great condition. It's fabulous. Just nobody likes the design on it. So probably going to go back to the drawing board on that when we have some time, and maybe not another video on it. Not sure yet, depending on, I guess, what the design is going to be. And maybe it'll be available by Briarfest 2024. I'm not sure yet, so we'll have to see about that. But trailers are a lot of work, but they're so gorgeous. It's rare that I get to show, especially in my own district, and even rarer that it's within a 30-minute drive away from my house. We're off to Luck of the Irish Live, hosted in Acton, Ontario. This show was a lot of fun, and I really regret that I didn't film as much as I wanted to. I was really rushing around and I wasn't organized, so that was definitely my own fault, being both a judge and a shower. But it was a lot of fun, and I'm so glad that Alyssa and Michelle decided to host a second show, which we're going to talk about later, because it's really fun. It's local to me. It's relatively local to everybody else in the area, so it's great. It's fabulous. We need more shows in our area, and I'm so glad that they take on 2 of them. The Cayman Islands have been my home away from home for about 13 years. It started with my father teaching at the University College of the Cayman Islands. Okay, other than Karen, this doll was so much fun, and the biggest regret that I have with this doll is that stupid bathing suit that I completely failed on. Everything else I love about her, and the hair took me so long to do, and the beading, and drove me nuts. But I really like her, and one day I will fix that bathing suit and redo it because it drives me crazy. underneath the bathing suit, she is naked. And that's why this disclaimer is in here, and it makes me laugh every single time.
Stop. This video contains dull nudity that some viewers may find offensive. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, pretty funny. I'm glad I did that. Hey, welcome to Select Arcane. After just coming off hosting a show in April and attending one in May, showing has really been on my mind. And I was really worried that this video would just be a copycat of my judging seminar for the beginner shower, but to my relief, I received a lot of really nice comments thanking me for this video, mostly from people who just didn't know how much work goes into a show, and some from people who were thinking about hosting a show or judging in the future. So I'm really glad it was of use to people. I am not the expert on hosting shows. I mean, I suppose I'm an expert in the sense that I've done it many times over many years, but I'm not the person and ultimate authority on it. So there are different ways to do this, and this is how I do it in Canada, and it might be different in other countries, especially the US. Our rent expense is astronomical in the Greater Toronto area, or GTA as we call it. But yeah, I hope it was useful to some people, even if it wasn't your area or region or country. And the follow-up to this video is Judging 101, which we're gonna get to in a little while. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to make, and I'm glad I finally got this video out because I had been really meaning to do it for a long time. In April, I went down to the OBS 2-year-old in training sale in Ocala, Florida. If you didn't already know, I'm in the business of breeding and racing thoroughbred horses here in Canada. Business of breeding and racing thoroughbreds in Canada? Yes. Only business? No. I'm a workaholic, I work a lot. I did not expect this video to be so popular. I don't know why. And from what I could gather, it was people who do not follow my channel at all, and they are not Mongol horse people. So I found that very interesting. So maybe I should post some more real horse stuff in the future. I mean, I don't really go anywhere anymore. I used to go down to Kentucky all the time, trailering horses back and forth, and I just don't really do that anymore because I'm too busy. But maybe the next time I travel for something horse related, I will definitely make a video of it, because clearly people like that. And I am definitely not the authority on buying racehorses, because I would have already won the Triple Crown if I was. But we have had success, and we've had some really good horses. They made a lot of money through it. But it's very difficult, and if you ever considered going down the racehorse path, the answer is don't. Just like don't. It's so expensive, and the saying goes that to make $1 million you start with $1 billion. Yeah, it's true. Let's back up a little. The show was being held on a Sunday, so we actually left on Saturday. This show was fun. We drove all the way to Quebec. It's about 5 hours from my house to the hotel that we stayed at, and then another 45 minutes to the venue. It was a very remote location, and I have driven very far for shows, but I have never driven so far for a show after driving so far for a show, you know, if you know what I mean. So the venue was just bizarre, but it was very quaint, and it was cute, and it was certainly in a place I would never go to. Actually, the night before the show, we were in bed and we had the dogs at the hotel, and they were screaming in the middle of the night. I didn't even put this in the video because it was not really relevant, but this woman was screaming and we thought somebody was being murdered, and turns out she was having an argument with her boyfriend and he was leaving her. They were breaking up and she was screaming like she was dying, and the police came and everyone's standing outside staring, and we're freaking out, and the dogs didn't care. They were asleep. Somebody could have been dying and they were asleep. So it was a very interesting experience, I'll say, and it's not a show that I would probably go back to. It's not quite what I look for in a show. I like a more competitive show personally, but it's great for a beginner, and it's a nice small venue, and it's very slow paced, so I highly recommend it if you're a beginner. But if you are more into competition and want to go to the nationals, no, maybe go down to the States for that, or to Toronto Live.
Arcane. I just got back from 3 weeks in Taiwan. The large island rests off the coast of China and is just south of Japan.
I spent this entire trip looking for performance props, and I was there for 3 weeks, but I was in mostly really remote places that like don't have things like this and don't get a lot of white tourists, if you want to put it like that. Like, I was on the island of Punhu, which is like this desert island with cactuses, and then on the other side of the country I was on Green Island, which has a lot of Chinese scuba diving tourists and Japanese scuba diving tourists. So I didn't really have a choice to go anywhere. When I was in the main cities like Taipei and Kaohsiung, they didn't have a lot either. And I already mentioned in the video that looking online for places, non-existent. I couldn't believe it. This video didn't get a lot of traffic, but was mentioned by the Mares in Black, so thanks Heather and Jackie. So I got a lot of traffic from their mention, but I know a lot of model horse people, I hate to say it, are really xenophobic against China, and Taiwan is not part of China, for the record, and this video might be taken down because I say that, but it's not the same country, and Breyer does not get manufactured in Taiwan, so maybe go check out my video. It's not about China. I'm sorry, it's just some dark humor. But yeah, it was a really fun trip, and I was so sick for like 1 week of it, and I ended up doing a pity purchase of a really expensive resin, which I'm sure is going to show up at some point this year in a video for an unboxing. But yeah, it was a great trip. I loved it. I need to go back like right now.
I don't draw or paint in 2D very often, not since university anyways, but I was given this brand new sketchbook made out of recycled fallen leaves.
This was another video that definitely did not do well and does not have any hope of doing well. My 2D art videos are not popular, so I don't do them very often. I used to draw all the time. Like, it was what I did all the time, and I was part of RPG and everything. But you know, when you think you want to go to art school, then you go to art school, and then you realize you don't want to be in art school. Yeah, it was kind of like that. So it kind of sucked all of the creativity out of me, so I don't really draw anymore. But this video, I had a lot of fun doing, because it's not something that I do very often, and it was different. I hope to continue on the series and finish the book. I have done more since this video, so eventually I hope to post more about it, and hopefully I'll get more views on it. But it was really fun, and if you have any suggestions on more countries or horses you want to see in the future, just let me know, and maybe I'll add them. My absolute favorite was the Arabian, by the way. Like, I just really love the clean lines, and I just think she's so gorgeous. In my mind, she's a mare, and she's absolutely beautiful.
Welcome to Select Arcane. It's that time of year where the weather is getting cooler, the leaves are changing color, and winter, unfortunately, is on its way. No matter how many times I look at this video, it drives me crazy how I use the pull saw. I know I mentioned it in the video, but you're not supposed to saw it, you're supposed to pull it. That's why it's called a pull saw. This was a lot of fun to make. It was everything that I wanted it to be, and I had those panels for 6 years or something in a drawer. So I'm really glad I got to use them. And now my friend Marina has this jump, and I think she's going to be showing it in some upcoming show that we're going to have in our local area. And I'm really glad that she won it in the masquerade raffle, because she's a really good friend of mine. So I'm really happy for that. But yeah, this was really fun to make, and I do wish I had more time to work on it. This was right in the middle of doing school stuff. I started school in August, so this video is an October video, and I was so busy and so tired, so I'm glad I was even able to pull it off in general, because I wouldn't have had time. So here, let's get started. So, how do you judge a model horse show? This was another video that I was really worried that I was just rehashing same old information. But again, I got comments saying, no, you didn't. I really enjoyed it. I found it really helpful. So I'm really glad that people find it useful and that I'm not just repeating myself over and over again. I feel like I should have added more information to this. Not necessarily that I know what that is, but I feel like if I had no information about showing in general, I think I would have liked a bit more. I actually intended to do like a mini seminar on how to like actually look at models and actually judge them, but then I thought maybe that's a separate video, and I also started running out of time because of school again. So it is in the plans to have a judging seminar, and I have to get somebody to help me because I only have a handful of Briar models, and judging resins it's a whole other thing. So it's in the books, and I will be doing it at some point. Darren Bernardchuk absolutely needs no introduction, and if you follow me, I'm sure you already know who she is. This video blew me away. This was just supposed to be a simple unboxing. It really was. Then, first things first, the most gorgeous pony comes out of it. I almost die. Then, it becomes my most popular video on my channel of all time. Of all the years I've been doing this, it is my most popular video, and I'm not entirely sure why. Darren has a video of him on her channel. I have a video of him on my channel. And they're both really popular. I guess you guys just really love this pony, now named Royal Canadian Mint. He's so gorgeous. He's in the Black Hole collection because he's not leaving. He's right there. In fact, you can kind of see his little nose right there. But thank you guys, because this blew my mind. It really did. I really love this pony. Thanks, Darren. Best pony ever. Tradition. So, as you watch this video, and if you've already seen my Luck of the Irish live video, then you'll understand why the surroundings seem so similar. After my failure with Luck of the Irish live, and only like a 3-minute video dedicated to it, I decided that I really needed to cover extra on this one to make it up to Alyssa and Michelle, because even though I loved Luck of the Irish, I was so unprepared. So this time, I was prepared and I had a schedule. So I made sure to really cover it and maybe cover a little too much of it. It was a lot of fun. It was fabulous. I got more ribbons. And the highlight of the show for me was Babushka Cat.
taking a champion in other animal, and I got so many comments about Babushka Cat, and I went to a Christmas party and my friend Michelle was there, and like half of it she was like, Babushka Cat, I saw your video, Babushka Cat. So I'm so glad the Babushka Cat is now a star. Like, why? I know, she's great, but I have another one with a hat that has ears of a bunny, and her name is Louise. And she's not nearly as popular, so I'll have to debut her at some point as well. And that's it. That's all of 2023. So moving into 2024, I really hope, let's see, my New Year's resolution is to paint more and do more artwork, not just how-to videos, but actually like a little bit more art. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm so busy with school, but I'm going to try. I'm going to do NamoPaymo. I actually have last year's NamoPaymo that never got posted. That's coming up next, by the way. So I really hope you'll enjoy that and the trials and tribulations of NamoPaymo 2023. There's going to be NamoPaymo 2024. I have some other stuff in the wings that's craft related. I really look forward to preparing more videos for you guys. And yeah, and in October I have a trip to Spain coming up for school, so I hope that maybe I can add some horsey stuff into that at some point. So I'm really thankful for all the views this year. This has been the most popular year for me yet. You guys seem to really like my channel, and I'm really grateful for that. Thank you. So Happy New Year, which has just passed. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram at SelectArcane or on Facebook by the same name. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you continuously in 2024. Thank you. Bye.